We're going to do range of motion and strength of the elbow and then the wrist and the hand. So for the elbow, I'm going to have you go like this in full extension, and I'm going to notice that there's at least 15 degrees of a carrying angle that's symmetric with a little bit of hyperextension on our elbows you see here, about 5 degrees, which is normal. Now I'm going to have you go ahead and flex those elbows like this. And as we look here, the angle here is at least 145. I'd say it's actually closer to 160, and that's symmetric bilaterally. So now we're going to do range of motion of supination and pronation. So it's just going to put our hands equal like this. I can also have you put your fists like this. And I'm going to have you supinate like this and then pronate down. Okay, so if I keep her elbow stable here, so this is about 80 degrees of pronation, about 80 there. Supination is about 90. Although we want to get at least 85, and supination here is at least 85. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do the strength of the elbow. So I'm going to have her put her arms up like this. I'm going to have you pull back and push forward. Good. Keep her drape on. It's kind of chilly out. Okay, and now we're going to do strength with pronation and supination. So I'm going to have you just put your hand out like this. I'm going to hold it like that. I'm going to have you rotate it out in supination and then rotate it in pronation. Perfect. On this one, I want you to rotate it out in supination and in pronation. There's good strength there. So now we're going to do range of motion of the wrists. So we're going to put that wrist in neutral position, and we're going to flex them down. We're looking for at least 80 degrees of flexion. We're getting close to 90 on that. That's normal and symmetric. Go ahead and bring them up in extension. We're looking for at least 70 degrees. We got about 85 degrees on both of those, symmetric. Now we're going to do range of motion of the ulnar deviation. So that's at least 45 degrees on both sides, and now we're going to radially deviate. We're going to make sure to keep those elbows nice and tight, and that's at least 20 degrees of radial deviation there. Now we're going to do strength of the wrist. So go ahead and put those hands here, and let's bend those hands up. Let's bend those hands down. Let's go ahead and spread those fingers apart. Keep these muscles engaged in between. Now I'm going to try to squeeze those together, and she won't let me, which is good. And now we're going to bring our hands like this, and I'm going to have you squeeze, 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 squeeze. Okay, good and strong, equal and bilateral. Now we're going to check the range of the motion of the hand itself. I'm going to have you make a fist. Okay, and we see that these metacarpals are both at about 90 degrees. They're symmetric. Now I'm going to have you fold your fingers into your palm like this. And these PIP joints are at least 100. And then I'm going to have you bring those fingers up even higher at the base of the finger to get the DIPs. And these are each at 90 degrees and 90. And now to test that, I'm going to have you motion those down. Okay, just scrape your palm with those. Perfect. Okay, so that's good motion there. The other motion I'm going to have you do is touch each of your fingers like this. Okay, and then touch the base of your thumb here to this bottom finger. Perfect. And that is range of motion and strength of the elbow, hand, and wrist.